When Prince passed away in April, it brought so much sadness, but it really also brought a lot of celebration too.
Everybody wanted to talk about their favorite memories, their favorite songs of his. Some of Omaha's most fantastic artists will pay tribute on Tuesday, June 7th, Prince's birthday.
Yeah, it is. And Kathy Tyree is one of the performers. Musical director Marky Montague is with us as well. Thanks for stopping by.
Hi, it's nice to meet you, and Kathy, a pleasure to have you back.
You know, when I think about the passing of Prince, I mean, it brought a lot of sadness, but then when you think about all the music that he's created over the years, it brought a lot of joy and happiness, a lot of memories back. Explain why you decided to put this show on.
Well, Prince was a true inspiration for me as a teenager, which is when I started. I started performing when I was 16, and he was that performer, entertainer, artist that spoke to all of us. Do your thing, be you. You don't have to be like anybody else. Do it from your heart, do it from your passion, and it will flow. And I joke around all the time, and I tell people, all of my girlfriends wanted to marry Prince. I wanted to be Prince. I wanted to be like Prince. I wanted to sing like Prince, everything. And he truly, truly was an inspiration to many of us.
He lived like he spoke. I mean, he
Absolutely.
didn't care what people thought. I mean, he wore high heels until well into his 50s.
Right.
And I think, too, philanthropically, I didn't know about that side of him as well as maybe some people did, but after he passed away, people really spoke a lot about how generous he was and his convictions and socially what was happening in the country and how dialed in he was. We've talked to you before about philanthropy. Was that something else that you identified with?
Well, to a certain degree, because like you said, a lot of that didn't come out until after his passing, which again speaks to his spirit and his character. He didn't want people to know what he was doing. It wasn't for show, it was truly from his heart. But one of the things that he did often do was free concerts. I mean, it was known that you could just walk up and he may be sitting there in the park playing. You know, so I guess it really wasn't a surprise when you found out to the extent that his giving went.
Yeah, Marky, let's talk to you about this performance and who do you have performing in this show? Who were you able to round up?
All-star cast of musicians, local musicians from the city of Omaha, but also some great other soloists who are going to be with Kathy on stage. Danny Cleveland, Omaha native, Bailey Carlson, who tours around the world singing, but also from Omaha, and also Mr. DJ Tyree, nephew of Kathy Tyree, but a wonderful artist in his own right.
What are you looking forward to singing, Kathy? Which song?
Well, you know, all of them. But and then
you got to pick one.
We got to throw one more artist in there. Jim Boggess is doing a musical piano tribute. Jim Boggess from the Omaha Community Playhouse.
What did he play? Prince played like 21 instruments or something outrageous.
Yeah, so Jim Boggess is coming and doing a tribute as well.
Awesome.
The song, of course, that I'm looking most forward to doing, of course, is Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
That's the one that it took me weeks before I could sing it without crying, you know. But then there's another song that we're doing that night that people may not be as familiar with, and it's called Gold. And it kind of takes you to the core of Prince and the concern and the passion that he just had for people and the struggle that people were going through. And so I'm excited for people to hear that one that night as well.
Yeah, who did you create this show for? Who would be a good audience for you?
Well, typically, you know, I'm looking for the audiences that I typically play to. Very diverse, young, old, black, white, purple, pink, gay, straight, you know. You know, you look out into my audiences, and I consider this a blessing. You look out into the audiences and you see this beautiful rainbow of people. It is just, and they're all loving on each other and uplifting each other and partying together. And because this is a Prince tribute, I expect the same thing.
Do you expect dancing? Because that's the interactive element here.
We actually have it set up so that we have 3 dance spaces because we know that that's what's going to happen. There's a dance space in the center and then 2 in the back of the room.
The audience have seats. They come with seats, though, right? I mean, You're sitting down, but if you feel the need to groove, you can get up and take one of those spaces over.
We have tables. Some people have chosen to reserve tables. Because you can get 10 seats at one table.
Yeah, and we'll show you that information.
And then some people are individual seating.
Hey, Marky, why is a show like this important as we're looking at information here so our viewers can get tickets, get a whole table if they want?
I think it's important because Prince was a wonderful musician. he made me want to be a musician. And I think that this showcases Omaha's appreciation for great music. And Kathy is a wonderful artist, and I'm excited to be working with her.
Well, Kathy puts on great shows, and you know, the people that have been inspired by Prince, there are no boundaries. Everybody, there are people in this building that I can name off some names who were inspired by Prince, and I think you're going to have a great crowd. KathyTyreeProductions.com is the website that you can go to. General admission tickets are just $15. So, man.
Because we wanted people to be able to
Well,
come.
and I'll say, if you haven't heard of the venue, the Omaha Design Center, it opened not that long ago, but it's a great space,
It
and I
really
think for a show
is.
like this, really perfect. Thank you,
Yes.
Kathy.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right,
as
this
well.
conversation